The U.S. supports Israel. Iran defends Hamas. Long-running tensions between the U.S. and Iran continue to be exacerbated. The U.S. has told outside countries and groups who might lend support to Hamas to stay out of Israel's war with the terror organization. Iran's foreign minister hinted today the country's allies, including the terrorist organization Hezbollah, could soon join the war. And Hamas officials hinted at Iran joining in if Israel continues its retaliatory strikes on Gaza. While the U.S. has the Secretary of State and Defense Secretary in Israel meeting with top Israeli officials, on the opposite side of the war zone, Iran's foreign minister met with top officials from Hezbollah, which has fired more than a dozen rockets at Israel in recent days. While the conflict with Hamas is on the southern border, Hezbollah is attacking Israel from the north. Iran's foreign minister predicting the war could potentially grow from here, saying he can, quote, imagine any possibility. Interests in the war are starkly different between the U.S. and Iran. Countries aligned with Iran, Iraq, and Yemen are threatening to target U.S. bases with missiles and drone strikes if Washington continues to support Israel. Massive crowds of protesters in the Middle East are aligned with the Iranian regime against Israel and against the U.S. Enormous crowds, each speck a protester. Tens of thousands in size participating in what a former Hamas official called for a day of rage. And while U.S. officials have made it clear they stand by Israel, Americans are divided. Protests spilling into U.S. streets, both pro-Palestinian and pro-Israel. The U.S. remains suspicious of Iran's involvement in the surprise attack by Hamas that sparked war. There's enough suspicion and tension between the two sides that the Biden administration has gone back on part of its recent prisoner exchange deal with Iran, refreezing the $6 billion in Iranian assets. After getting pressure from Democrats and Republicans alike, Iran responding today saying the U.S. government knows that it cannot renege on the agreement. Iran and the U.S. have been at odds for decades over human rights violations, oil, terrorism, Iran's desire for regional hegemony, and the regime's nuclear ambitions. The latest, not only the war overseas, but accusations of Iranian infiltration in U.S. intelligence. Days before the war in Israel broke out, senators called on the U.S. Department of Defense to investigate two top Biden administration officials over potentially compromising ties with the Iranian regime. For an in-depth look at the two employees, one with security clearance still today, visit our website at san.com.
Thanks for watching. Straight Arrow News is on a mission to bring you unbiased, fact-based reporting, and we are succeeding. Two leaders in media bias monitoring talked to viewers just like you and confirmed we're delivering the news right down the middle. So if you prefer a source that gives it to you straight, catch all the unbiased content at san.com.